Hi, welcome to What the Flick, everybody. I'm Matt Atchity. This is Alonzo Duraldi. That's Christy Lemire. We are here today to talk about Far from the Madding Crowd.
So yeah, this is at least the second big screen version of the Thomas Hardy novel. This time, Carey Mulligan plays Bathsheba Everdene, which is one of my favorite names ever. And yes, that's where the Hunger Games got it. And she is a woman who works on a farm, but then suddenly becomes a very rich lady when she inherits her uncle's estate, and winds up becoming the object of three men's affections, one a shepherd, one a soldier, and one a fellow landowner. What will she do? Take a look.
I want, very much, to protect you for the rest of your life. I'm not going to tell stories just to please you. You can be sure of that.
For when your time it is past and gone, you'll care no more for you. That all the world may plainly see.
Wilt thou have this woman to thy wedded wife?
How my
Wilt thou love her, comfort her, honour, and keep her, so long as ye both shall live?
how my love slighted me.
This movie is breathtakingly beautiful. Good Lord. And the thing is that you don't necessarily expect the lushness of this from the director, Thomas Vinterberg, who's one of the founders of the Dogma 95 aesthetic.
I know.
I thought it would be like all natural light and all handheld camera, and it's not. It's gorgeous.
But it's so gorgeous in that standard like BBC drama kind of
No,
way.
not at all. It's much muckier and more tactile than that.
Not really. All the peasants' clothes are all way too clean, and their teeth are really
Their
good.
teeth are good, that's true.
That's some class warfare right there.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I watched the John Schlesinger one from 1967,
Me too,
which was
me
shot
too.
by Nicholas Roeg. It's gorgeous in 70 millimeter, and you know that one. There was this sense of. I love those sort of late 60s period movies where you could tell for the first time they're like, all right, we're going to not do the sort of glossy studio version. People are going to have boils, you know? And so there's jacked up teeth and there's, you know, ripped clothes and that kind of stuff. And this version, it feels like a catalog layout. Like the peasants in casual separates, you know?
Her dresses and that one red leather jacket she's wearing when she's on horseback at the beginning, those are very, very stylish. But I like what Carey Mulligan does with this role, if we're going to compare it to the previous version, because Julie Christie played it in more of a girly, kind of flirty way.
Sure.
Carey Mulligan is just a badass. I think she's fierce. She brings this totally different lower register to her voice, even though she's a really tiny, kind of bird-like girl. There's a strength to her, and I like that she does not care what anybody thinks.
I think that she and Matthias Schoenaerts have really good chemistry.
They do.
Because he's a great actor.
He is.
She, I'm still not convinced about.
This is the best thing she's done, I would argue.
Yes, except maybe in Education.
She's great in that, too.
But I didn't buy her as this sort of woman of the earth, you know? Like there's two scenes where she's doing actual labor and she gets the same smudge in the exact same spot, like the makeup artist just kind of... And
she gets wet getting the sheet
She does get wet with the sheet, yes. But, you know, I just didn't... You know, I felt like this movie it's an hour shorter than the 1967 version.
And it's fine that way.
But, well, I will say, the 67 version is a little long, but this one... Every event is so jammed up on top of each other, you get no sense. Wait, did months pass? Did hours pass? Like, what's happening? It all just is piled on top of each other.
It's a little abbreviated. And they do spell some things out. I think that the emotions would speak for themselves in the longer version.
Yes.
But I like the briskness of it compared to a slog.
I think there's a middle ground that I would have preferred.
Okay.
Tom Sturridge as the soldier, I didn't buy very much at all.
Not for a second, and that's a huge problem.
Yeah,
because
totally.
if you're looking at Terrence Stamp in the previous version, he's just sexy and he's charismatic, and it makes sense that this is finally the man who would sweep her off of her feet.
Right.
Like of all the potential suitors who are out there. And Tom Sturridge is like, kind of pouty.
Yeah, and I did like Michael Sheen as the landowner, but again, like his Christmas party should be kind of a sad affair. This is not a guy who ever entertains. But in this movie, it's like this Martha Stewart catalog of buy our sconces. You know,
it's still awkward though. Nobody has any fun.
A little bit, I guess. I don't know. I was kind of let down by this because I think Schoenaerts' performance is the definite takeaway for me. I think is the best thing about the movie. But I think it does a disservice to the character. Bathsheba Everdene is one of the great sort of literary characters. She has these very complex, desires, and she's sort of torn between her heart and her head and societal mores. And this, it just kind of becomes another one of those rom-coms where like Mr. Perfect is standing right in front of her and she's too dense to realize.
No, you do. It is like that, and you know from the very, very beginning who is meant for her. You know, the one guy's the party boy, the one guy is really prudent, and in between is Gabriel Oak, your mighty Oak,
who's named Gabriel Oak.
But I think it's not necessarily about the destination as it is the journey and the friendship and the mutual respect that they forge together through all these different awful things that happen, awful things and good things. I liked it a lot. I think it's really beautiful, and it feels very modern and very relevant. It does not feel like a stuffy period piece to me in the slightest.
It felt like a safe period piece to me, which really surprised me, given that Thomas Vinterberg, is such. I mean, the celebration is amazing. Written by the guy who wrote One Day.
Yes, it was.
That fucking
David
movie.
Nichols.
Yes. So I think his touch is all over this thing.
This is better than that.
Yes, but that's like saying that a punch in the face is better than a kick in the gut.
This is not a punch in the face or a kick in the gut. I liked it a lot. I'm giving it a 7.5.
4.7. I really the things I liked about it, but it mostly bugged me.
Okay, so our average is 5.7. Is that true?
5.
You gave it a 4.
What did I say?
4.7.
Oh yeah, no.
We're all messy on that today.
Sorry. Straight up 4. Forgive me.
Okay, so I'm saying 5.7.
5.7.
Where is
81% on the tomato meter right now.
Because it's good. Bye.